The day that I found Jordan in the closet, I had just gotten off work. Brad and I had already gotten into a heated argument.
And it just escalated very quickly. And we saw an opportunity to let him out. And I was scared. I didn't know what was gonna happen. But Cody was like, no, I'm gonna do it. So he opened the closet door.
The best way I could describe Jordan when he was a human skeleton, way underweight. He had gash or something on the back of his head. He had bruises all over him. He was like discolored and just, it was awful.
He looked zombie-like. He was foaming from his mouth a little bit, and he was sitting in a diaper in fetal position.
He was skin and bone, and when I held him, I didn't even feel like I was holding anything. He was so light, and his cheeks were sunk in.
I had never seen anything like that before. This was the worst shape that I had ever seen Jordan the whole time that he had been living with us.
Cody came sprinting out of the room, and he speared Brad into the wall, and they started fighting.
My first reaction was really just to make as much noise as possible. Went outside, was yelling at the top of my lungs. I was gonna find a reason for somebody to come into the house and get some kind of help.
I think that if we didn't open the door, he would have potentially died, but I'm glad that we didn't have to find out.
Well, Allie, I think you are exactly right, because when I visited at the hospital, they were having to do what's called refeed, and that's why they were having to give him only 100 calories at a time. So he was in organ shutdown at the time you said, I'm making all the noise I can. I'm gonna raise hell till something happens. So God bless you all for raising the hell that you did. Now, do you think that he had been drugged as well? Because you said he was zombie-like, or do you think this was weakness from malnourishment?
I absolutely think he was drugged. Brad was complaining about how Jordan doesn't ever shut up, you know, he won't stop. He was like, I'm just gonna go get Jordan his medicine. I just know he was using it to he said, put him to sleep.
Take me through the moment that you as a child made the decision to take on a full-grown violent man on behalf of this stepbrother, because I'm trying to put myself in your shoes. I may get my ass whipped, but enough's enough, and now we're just gonna throw down here because this is stopping now some way or another. What went through your head at that moment?
I mean, my first reaction when I really, you know, had that gut feeling when it started adding up and the way he was treating him wasn't right, it was just my initial reaction.
And before the police came, your mother took Jordan and fled.
She left the three of us there with Brad when she left.
Then she came back and got you?
Right.
And she took you to a motel where they were staying?
Yes.
And what happened in that motel?
Or Jordan said he was hungry. And my mom turned around and she said, oh, you hungry? She was like, you want some pizza? And he was like, yeah. So we went and picked up like 2 or 3 like large pizzas. She told Jordan he could eat as much of the pizza as he wanted.
So what was her point in getting the pizzas and feeding him at that point?
I guess she was just trying to like show that she was trying to feed him.
Hoping maybe to fatten him up or
Right.
before they got caught?
Right.
And how was he reacting at this point?
I mean, he was just happy to have food, honestly.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.